Archer is a next-gen aerospace company here in the U.S., headquartered in California with manufacturing in Georgia, that's focused on bringing the advanced air mobility products to market in both the commercial and defense sectors. And what you see behind us is Midnight, our first product set to come to market here in the coming years, which is an electric air taxi meant to focus in on urban air mobility environments. Think 10 to 20 mile range, carrying 4 passengers plus a pilot above cities to cut through the traffic grid down below. So think something that might take an hour and a half on the streets that we can do in 10 to 12 minutes in the sky. So we use very similar battery cells to you might see in some of your electric cars today, but what we've done is really proprietary work around those battery packs to take a ton of those battery cells, put them all together in a way that's safe for use in aviation and distributes the power across the entire aircraft. So that's been a ton of the work for the unlock in aviation, is creating a pack that allows you to take this from what you would see on the ground into the air for these products. We've also developed a motor that specifically works for aviation as well. It's interesting, like people always talk about why electric, why you go electric. And the reason you go electric on these size aircraft is because you can get a level of safety and redundancy that you can't get from an internal combustion engine. You'll see it here, 12 tilt 6, right? So we have 12 rotors, right, as opposed to a helicopter of similar size or a smaller airplane of a similar size. And so for us, we can create redundancy, right, that you can't get from an internal combustion engine by using electric. And so that's really the reason why you go electric, is because you can achieve levels of safety that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. And so we're focused on that. We showcased at the end of last year our ability to operate in a full engine out scenario, and the aircraft handled as if there was no engine out, which is what you want. It did exactly what it was supposed to. It essentially modified the flight controls based on what was happening with that engine, and it came right back to where it was supposed to and landed perfectly. When you look at these vehicles of electric aircraft, when you see things without a wing, you got to think very short range, very low payload. Right? The wing, you want to get on the wing as fast as possible because it gives you advantages where you start using a lot less of your batteries and it gives you more range, more payload. And so for us, there's actually a couple different categories of electric aircraft that are working to come to market here in the US. You've got ones that are just specifically CTOL only, meaning you can only do conventional takeoff and landing. You've got other ones that are specifically VTOL. And what we've done is we've said, look, we think the right mix of both of those is actually to be able to handle both on a routine basis and use all the infrastructure we have in the US, whether it's a heliport or it's a general aviation airport or it's a Class A airport, to be able to do all of those with one aircraft. And so Midnight has been going through this year, focusing on its conventional takeoff and landing testing campaign. We're getting towards the tail end of that, and then we'll get back to the full vertical and conventional. The current administration is hyper-focused on bringing these aircraft to market and beginning operations. And so one of the great things they've done as part of a recent executive order earlier this year is establish a program to do exactly that. We're working towards the LA Olympics in 28 and being at scale at that. And so over 26 and 27, you'll see us as part of that EIPP program begin to showcase operations around the US and then scale it into LA in 28. We've talked about the hubs where we think will come to market in first, so kind of San Francisco, Miami, LA, New York, and then we'll expand out from there. Yeah, so I think at 2030 you'll see us across those major core hubs. I think there's some interesting ones down in Dallas and Houston as well, so Texas is super interesting for us as well. And we're seeing a ton of lean in from cities around the country, so for us it's going to be about ramping manufacturing to enable us to get to all of those cities.
The future of USB charging power has arrived. Introducing new ultra-fast charging TA360 USB chargers. Unlock the power of USB power delivery PD technology. Max power. Multiple configurations. In-seat, cabin, cockpit, and galley USB power. And a direct upgrade for all True Blue Power USB chargers, compatible with any USB electronic device. Easy to install. Backed by the best. True Blue Power, the USB experts.